kids seem to say that they have this other part of themselves that seems to show up more online. They'll say, oh, like, man, I can't believe you would actually say this.
But then when you bring them in the next day to talk to each other about it, they're horrified and they're embarrassed and sometimes remorseful.
Battleground School District in the last 2 years has had, I don't know the exact number, but youth suicide has hit us pretty hard. And then for our school, just in a matter of, in December and January, we had 2 girls commit suicide here. And so, I mean, we've been involved in quite a bit of stuff that's, regarding bullying or depression or, suicide before, but I think, lately things have become intensified.
We always have a lot of kids seeking us out, and about this particular issue, yes, because the kids are really hurting right now and will be for a while, and they're watching each other more closely.
To be honest, we're all scared. I mean, parents, and it's like we don't, we realize this is bigger than we are, and we need to pull together and help each other. So part of it is a response, and then also part of it was just ongoing before.
We're really encouraging parents to let their kids use the computer in more of a family setting where you have a sense of the messages they're getting and that they're on the account that you actually have the password for, because as parents are asking for more passwords, kids form alternate accounts and then they just check in on those accounts when the parent's not watching.
Things that have been posted the night before, they bring it to school and then they want to talk about it and they want to bring their friends in on it, and it is hard for them in school because they're so worried about what was said about them the night before or what people might be saying about them now. And it does disrupt the day because they're not focusing on learning. They're worrying about what rumor has just been spread or who's mad at them.
A lot of times when we're worried as parents, we jump in and we try to start changing the way they're thinking before we give them a chance to say everything that was on their mind and to address the feeling that they're actually expressing. Even if it doesn't make sense, we're just so scared for their safety, we just want to immediately change that thought process. So we interrupt them before we get all the information, and we don't just attend to their feeling that's very real for them, even if it is irrational for what's going on. So I think we miss opportunities to just be that person ourselves as parents. I know I've done it. But because we care so much, we're so close and we're so afraid when they're at risk.
We've had actually 3 different youth suicide prevention program workshops, one for teachers, one for students, and then one for parents. And a theme for all of them is what they call SAG, and the S is SAG, and stands for show you care. So just to try to be friendly, to just to be available, to ask questions like that, and then A is actually for ask the question. If you think somebody's contemplating hurting themselves, to just ask them, and they recommend straight out, are you going to kill yourself? Are you going to commit suicide? And it gets right to the point. There's no ambiguity. They don't suggest that you say anything like, do you think you might harm yourself or you might cut or something? They ask the question point blank. And then the G is for get help. And so whatever that might be, and for student to student, that would at that point is bring in an adult, a teacher, counselor, school principal, or parent for sure, and get help.
Signs of depression, characteristics that go on for longer than 2 weeks, would be changes in their sleep patterns or their appetite, withdrawing more from friends, changes in their school grades. Sometimes they're more teary, anxious, irritable. A lot of the suicide prevention people say that it even can be changes in their grades for the better, but we look a lot for sudden changes in their friendships or their grades. They might be more withdrawn at home. One thing that really concerns us is that when kids are in their bedrooms or just home alone in a non-supervised area when they're online, that you don't know, it can be a child who's just getting a lot of messages that they don't know how to handle, and they're worried that if they tell their parent that they're being targeted in any way, that their parents will withdraw their internet privileges so they don't ask for help. and then they just withdraw more.